I have the great pleasure of introducing Arlene Garcia. How are you, Arlene?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Now, I have you here because we have some breaking news, and we're going to do it today on this show. And that is that I've been asked to do another talk show, so there'll be another show called Innovation TV, and you are my co-host.
Excellent. We have to let everybody know that.
We do, I know. And this is exciting because it's a show that will showcase the Latin community, and it's for everybody. It's not just for Spanish, it's not just for Americans, it's not just for Greeks, it's not just for Portuguese, it's for everybody. Yes. Yeah. And with and your background, you're Spanish.
Yes, I am.
Yes. Your whole life?
Yes, my whole life since I was born. Yeah. Parents are Caribbean. I was born in New York, born and raised, and came to New England about, I'd say 20 years ago.
Yep. And you have children, you're a mom.
I am. I'm a mom. I have 3 lovely children, and 23, 19, and 11.
Great. So you really know all about life, and you'll be able to speak from, your soul and your heart, which is, being Spanish and being Greek, we're similar. They call it the Romance language.
That is correct.
And that we feel from the soul and the heart, and we're going to add a lot of that to our show.
That's right. Yes, we are.
Right. And it's called, now the debut is in May, and so everybody should be able to, when they see the publicity on it, and we're going to have big launching parties, and it's going to be really fun and great. Yep. Exciting. We're going to have some great guests. And what's amazing is that the other day I went to the Latin Film Festival.
You did.
And it was just spectacular. All the Spanish-oriented activities that happen in our area. Now, the other great thing about it is that I bet the audience didn't realize that the Spanish is the largest growing demographic in the United States.
That is correct. If you've noticed, like everybody else, and you know your geography, Latin America is extremely large. Yep. And we are all unified by one language. Right. Which is Espanol.
And the other thing I learned, Spanish. The other thing I learned is that there are so many different types of Spanish. There's Caribbean Spanish, there's Central American Spanish, there's South American. They all have differences.
Right. The general is Spanish. Right. There are, of course, like anything else, regionalism. If we can say. People like from the South, right? We don't sound like Southerners, and people know if we're from Massachusetts because we cut the R's, or with New York we'll say park, and So even though that it is Spanish, it does Central Americans and South Americans tend to be a little bit more formal, whereas people from the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, they're a little more or less formal, a little more informal.
Well, the lifestyle, living in the tropics,
dancing,
summer all the time, and dancing. We're going to have a lot of dancing on our show, too.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I took salsa lessons from Salsa Storm, so I think we'll have some salsa dancers showing us how to do it.
Well, you're better than me because I can dance merengue, but I can't do salsa.
Really? Well, I can't do merengue, so between the two of us.
We'll swap.
Yeah, that is great. And then in a recent show, I had the flamenco dancers, and that's from Spain. But here in Worcester and in the United States, it's also very popular.
Yes, flamenco it's very dramatic. Yes. It's almost like if you can, like the tango. Right. Very, very, very passionate. Very, it's almost like a lovemaking out on the dance floor.
Believe me, I know you feel after, especially watching these beautiful flamenco dancers. But the whole rhythm of the dance too, it's sensuous and hot, and caliente, and it's really great. Yeah, I know some words in Spanish.
Awesome.
But we were going to have Ivan Goes, but he wasn't able to make it tonight, and he's our media sponsor, and he has the Mega Power 1310 stations. They're all Spanish speaking, so we're going to have a lot of power behind us, and we guarantee that that all the markets will love to see this. And again, there's so much going on in the community. The other thing that I learned too, while I'm doing my research in reference to this Spanish show, is that 40% of the students in public schools, at least in the Worcester County area, are Spanish descent.
Of Spanish speaking, yeah. And Worcester has an enormous amount of Latinos.
Yes, yes.
From the Caribbean as well as from South and Central America.
So it's good for us to all learn, like earlier, the earlier settlers from Europe, the American population had to learn everything about the Europeans, and now it's really important for us to learn more about the Spanish in Latin America and Latinos and Latinas. And I need to learn how to speak Spanish.
As long as you can roll your R's, if you all said.
I can roll my R's because we do that in Greek, but I need to know a little bit more than caliente.
I'll take care of that.
Yeah, how do you say eat?
Comer.
Comer. Oh, see, I was going to say mangia, but that's
Italian.
Okay, well, comer.
Close.
Okay.
Comer.
Well, that's good to know too, because when we want to eat, that would be great.
Quiero comer.
Quiero comer. All right, so let's go over a little bit about our show again. It's called Innovation TV.
innovacionTV.
Innovation TV, yeah. And it's going to be on Tuesday nights at 9:30 and Saturdays at 5. Can you say that in Spanish? Say it to the camera.
Claro. innovacionTV será los martes a las 9:30 de la noche y los sábados a las 5.
That's great. I know. I'm going to be able to say that too.
Of course you will.
And I'm not going to be saying, Arlene, what did you say?
I'll say to you, ¿Qué hora es?
Oh, I know that. What time it is in Greek. So good. Great. So let's tell our audience one more time the name of the show.
innovacionTV.
Innovation TV.
Caliente.
This is great. Well, thanks so much for being on the show, and we'll get Ivan on next time. And everybody will know about all the launching parties, because we're going to have lots of parties.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching City Vibes Metro. I hope you enjoyed my guests as much as I did. If you missed tonight's episode, don't fret. You can watch it 24/7 on Charter On Demand, my website, cityvibesmetro.com, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and all the other social network media. Thanks to our title sponsor, Commerce Bank, who has supported City Vibes Metro from the beginning. Enjoy every day of living and watching spring blossom. And again, caliente. That's